Hello everyone. Today, I must show you all something truly deplorable. So some of you know, I've been working towards a most horrifying defense plan ever since Rescue and Flame came out. I invented the technique so that I may bring pain plus and destruction for Aether raids and the Vault of Heaven for years to come. And now, my efforts bore fruit. Originally, I had some problems with the setup because of isolation. Isolation's a huge issue, and I couldn't prevent it back then. Then, Christmas came, and there was one solution in the form of odd recovery. And next, I got Sara, which cleared the second hurdle. And now I've created a defense team that is completely immune to isolation, and all it does is bring destruction and pain to everyone that they meet. However, I can't do it this time on Astra, so I can only give you an experimental build. There's a reason for this, and that is because these two are still bonus heroes and they screw up my plans. But that's okay. Next week, you'll get to see it. You'll get to see the true, fully developed evil that is the immunity to isolation. But anyway, I decided to go with this plan, with an experimental plan this time, and I still win every battle I've gotten since I developed it. Now the reason behind this is because I had no choice in the matter, because while my 5 Duma defenses is incredibly powerful, there's a reason why I had to change it. And that is because I am susceptible to one man, and that is Leon. Leon is very evil, and I cannot do anything about him. That's the only way I could lose my 5 Duma defenses. And when I saw this, I got so mad, I decided to just go and build my defense now, even though it's not ready, so that I may test certain aspects of it. And as it turns out, it went incredibly well. And you know what? I shouldn't be that angry, because I still got 1 people killed, despite the fact that, it's still I'm at a disadvantage with the blood tone from Leon. In any case, I got mad enough, and now I created a horrifying defense that never lost right afterwards. So, let us witness. Now, as I told you before, the isolation is still going to work because the poor Peonian lore is still stuck. And I suppose there's also another reason why I can't run full immunity on Astra, but that's okay. I might change my plans later. In any case, Ronald Reagan decides to get pushed in and attack Bernadetta, shutting down the entire strategy to begin with. So you think that, oh shit, my plans are broken now. You can't do anything about it. I can't do anything now. My Alm is locked down, so are those 2 fairies, and then my Celica's just kind of chilling around here, and my Sara could just sit and do nothing now instead of throwing people all over the place. Well, celebrating that victory, Ronald Reagan retreats. However, true evil presents itself, and Sara jumps all the way across to destroy Ronald Reagan. That is one of the hidden mechanisms to this defense plan. Even if I can't get my isolation cleansed, I have this technique. Even if you were to defeat Bernadetta, I have this technique. Now, what do you intend to do? Realizing she's under threat, Fjord immediately escapes, and the enemy is split into 2 teams. Sara, however, is a dum-dum and decides to move forward, got hit by a lightning tower, and then Altina finishes off Sara. Not that she needed the tower in the first place. Meanwhile, the poor Micaiah and Soft combo decides to go and launch Naga away, because they cannot afford to lose another unit. If you lose another unit, your losses will be hard to overcome. So they went ahead and tried to toss out Naga to try to preserve as many points as they can. So now, Micaiah thought that she could tank, maybe with her large resistances. But your opponent is Celica. You gotta die. And Alm delivers the same thing to Altina. They may be both legendary heroes, but they are absolutely terrifying. And that is why I deploy them for this setup this week. The damage they do is astronomical. It is horrifying. With 4 units having defeated, painfully brought to their knees, the poor Hector and his wife Fjorm have no choice but to get on their knees and become Alm and Celica's sex slave. And then they had an orgy together. This time, the evil forces of Rudy Giuliani has brought the evil forces of New York upon us. Now we must defeat the evil forces of New York, and of course, more isolation. This time they've chosen to isolate Bernadetta and Sara. Still, let's see what they will do next. They brought the Mad King along for this run. So they took down a building, moved back, waited for lightning to strike, then launched the Mad King across the lake and attacked Alm. It is clear that this dude knows what he's doing. So he goes and takes out my softer Alm, and Alm die. So you would think that, I'm going to lose because, I now lost an important unit and I cannot launch my other units. So currently I cannot deploy my defense plan the way it is supposed to. But that doesn't matter because you're dealing with the 6 Paths of Pain Plus. Now, like I said before, this dude knows what he's doing, I guess. He goes to take out Sara. Yeah, that's a very smart thing to do. Because otherwise, he would have no home to return to. So he hopes that his resistance will be enough to fight off the evil that is Bernadetta and Celica and pals. But probably not. He's probably just a sacrifice at this point because there's no way he can retreat now. So, what's next? Ah! Really? Yes, really. And now, Bernadetta, bring forth destruction. Die! Upon the pain of losing another unit, Rudy Giuliani decides to surrender all of New York to the evil forces of Bernadetta. And then Bernadetta froze the entire state and destroyed the entire city with nuclear winter. And so, with no choice, Fjord, tetanus shot, Ronald Reagan, and Altina have no choice but to get on their knees and become Bernadetta's sex slave. Oh, and this dude rematched me. He made a mistake. It was a serious mistake on his part. He shouldn't have done that. And now we will get to witness how he loses all of his units. Alright, so this time they have Leon. And as we know from earlier, Leon is the destruction. He will stop my 5 Duma defenses. All because, for some stupid reason, they decide to go and stack all kinds of nonsense into that blood tome. But that's okay, because I am now going to bring you pain and destruction in the form of the 6 Paths of Pain Plus. Let us begin. So this time the enemy team decides to shuffle their units and focus on the left side. Bernadetta! Ooh. Bleh. Ooh. Decides to show off the power of damage reduction along with Leon. And Sara saves Bernadetta so that she can get it together. Now Peony and more ties the knot. However, was not able to do much against Leon, because Leon is a pain in the ass to deal with. Well, for ranged units. And, well, my whole team is just ranged units. Not that it matters, because now I will show you the gate to the Shadow Realm. Still, there's a bit of a problem. And the problem is... I'm so scared of Leon, so I'm going to go and kill Walmart instead. Walmart, die! Now, all that's left is Leon on the enemy lines. Or, well, on my lines. So he goes and fists Alm to death. Alm, die! Before he can release his true talent. Not that it matters at this point, because now you're going to die, Leon. You will die! Celica strikes 49 times 2, reduced to 25. Not that it matters, because Leon has had too much already. And so the Demon King for Mortis comes to a premature end. They shuffle the units around. Now Ronald Reagan and Godrima will attempt to defeat Celica's forces. Celica dishes out 52 with the exact HP. God Grima, die! So 100 feet cock's been severed. Ronald Reagan gets die! Peony and more! Strangles Naga to death with that ribbon. This is what is called a public execution. And now, with the majority of their team defeated, all they have left is to fight to the death. Most people would have given up by now. So I suppose I shall give you an honorable death. Altina. And so the evil Sara snuff out the last of their fighting spirit, crushing Altina to death once and for all. And now, nobody is left to become sex slaves. There will be no orgy between Alm, Celica, and the enemy team, because Sara has brought execution upon the enemy forces. Unfortunately, my defense is made on the second half of this week. I was not able to show you more. Not to mention, I really shouldn't be showing you a list like this, because when I show you a list like this, then you get spoiled. Then you know how many people I kill, and whether I win or not. That's not very exciting. So next time, maybe I will show you a list like this. We'll see though. So anyway, what to do next? The enemy has 6 units. They have a number of tanks and assault units. They decide to get Ronald Reagan to go and break down that wall, which I've set up, by the way, because of the earlier attack of Bernadetta. They brought Altina, however... It's over! It's over! What you have just witnessed just now is my solution to Leon. Leon will not survive that, just so you know. Now that I have that solution, my defense moves one step closer to completion. This is the horrifying Alm and Celica Pain Plus defense. Now, bring forth destruction. 99 times 2. Sara performs the evil Pain Plus suplex.
For the future of this land.
And Toyota Celica brings forth punishment to Dimitri for suffering brain damage upon witnessing such evil. The poor Ronald Reagan and the poor Drill Maribel and Lilina have no choice but to get on their knees and have an orgy with Alm and Celica. And that is how they become their sex slaves. And that is another display of why you do not mess with the power of the 6 Paths of Pain Plus. Well, this isn't even completed yet, so it's not a big deal. But, as you can see, there's a lot of coercive power with this defense. Once people lose 1 or 2 units, especially in the Vault of Heaven, they will get on their knees and immediately surrender. That is not something that they wish to do, but they have no choice if they want to climb somewhere. If they actually care about Aether raids, well, you have to get on your knees. So that is why I believe it is a very mature move for Rudy Giuliani and Giovanni earlier. Like, I believe they've been taught well. That is something that they should do when faced with such horrifying defense. Whereas this man did not, and now he dies painfully for all to see. He was mad because of the nonsense that I did when I attacked him. It makes sense, because when I attack people, I do really stupid things. And when you lose to stupid things, you get unhappy. And that is what will happen to you. Anyway, Teach taught you well. You've decided to give up when you need it. That is important. Now, what else was I was going to say? I remember there was a psalm thing I wanted to talk about before I leave. Well, this one displays the evil that is the hidden poison of Sara. Though I fixed the problem of Bernadetta dying by placing a building in the middle afterwards, so it's not a big deal anymore. But there was something I needed to talk about. What was it? I forgot. God damn it. Like, there was one very important part of this defense that I absolutely have to tell you. But I can't remember. What the hell happened? I can't remember what it was. I guess it'll come up later, I guess. There was one very important aspect of it. Oh, I suppose. In any case, that earlier thing, I think with Alex, yeah, even if his Hector and wife Fjorm decides to fight to the death, and by some miracle they were able to defeat Celica's army. You know, I've come to appreciate defenses that has stupid things hidden in the corner like this, like that Duma. Because, like I said, with an oppressive offense like this, where you push forward, the enemy, even if they were to beat you, have to travel all the way over to fight the Duma. So, given that they finally managed to solve the issue, well, they didn't actually solve any issues, because they can't defeat Alm and Celica at the same time. But still, if they by miracle were able to defeat all 3 of these guys, well, they only have 3 turns to get over to Duma, and to actually kill Duma. For Fjorm, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, not enough time. You know, I think I'm really going to appreciate doing this kind of defense from now on. Because instead of letting the enemy come to you, you make them have to walk afterwards. I coded them, beat the living shit out of them. Even if they beat me, they still have to walk over to the end. That, I think, is what will be terrifying. Well, maybe not, because I can't do that with my completely immune defense. I have no choice this time because I don't have Mirabilis anymore. I guess I should have summoned for her, but I didn't care at the time because I have the 5 Duma defense. Well, things changed, and now I suppose I have no choice but to summon for Mirabilis and more. Anyway, I thank you all for watching this prototype defense. Next week, something more sinister will appear. If it's too sinister, I don't even know if I want to show it, but we'll see. Until then,